aged fairly well because
They
Stone
did good.
Cold is actually a really stand-up dude from.
Yeah, he's
at
cool
least.
as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you say that, but every time I look at him, I feel like he says the word nigga.
No,
I know.
no,
I
total
feel the
opposite.
same way.
Hey, it's Alex and Sam here from Everybody Gets One to tell you about Anchor and how it got us started with our podcast. Using their free creation tools, you can easily get started from your phone or computer, and it's free.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
Hey, Sam, did you know that you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership?
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
It's everything you need to make podcasts in one place.
So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. I'm going to have to edit this part out for YouTube, though, because this is copyrighted music.
Yeah.
Oh.
You stupid.
Oh. You know who this is. Oh, this is a very special podcast, everybody. You know what we talk about today. Now we talking my speed. See, I didn't like the last topic, but I love this topic. Does anybody know who that is rapping there?
Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
Nope.
Definitely sounds like Limp Bizkit.
Nope.
I'm not
Very
even gonna
classic rappers, you guys.
guess. Rage Against the Machine.
Nobody knows?
No.
What's your guess?
I say Rage Against the Machine.
You downloaded it. I can't believe this. What's your guess?
This doesn't even sound like Rage. I mean, it sounds like Rage Against the Machine, but it doesn't.
What's your guess?
He said Fred Durst.
That's your guess.
Yeah, but I got my second guess would be
Smash Mouth? Is it Smash
No,
Mouth?
it is not Smash Mouth.
That was good though. Who are them Irish white dudes who
Beastie
These are
Boys?
black people.
jump up and down?
Oh
These are
my
black
God.
people?
These are black people.
Then Rage Against the Machine would be my best guess.
Okay, guess what? It's
Chicken
Run
butt.
DMC
Oh,
doing a song for D-Generation X.
stop playing with my.
Well, that's a
emotions
trick
like
question.
I timed that perfectly.
This is a trick question.
I timed that perfectly. But hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome
My
to a
ears.
very special episode. Very special episode. Very dear to my
Smackdown.
heart. It's very, yes.
This is
Very-
podcast Smackdown.
Podcast Smackdown. Podcast is Raw or War. Raw is War. I hated that title. But yeah, welcome everybody to another episode of Everybody Gets One. And if you haven't guessed it already, we're talking about wrestling.
Yep.
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 Do
Now-
you get bullhorns for wrestling?
No.
Why?
You're right. I should have did a blowhorn for wrestling.
I feel like that's a sound that would go off.
Oh, in history, in human history, you will never get old of that sound ever.
Well, I know it's typical of like dance halls.
Oh,
It's the closest
Oh.
thing you got for like wrestling and stuff.
shit.
What? What happened? What'd you do?
Nothing. Don't worry about
What?
it. I'll put it in post.
What'd you do? You didn't put the music.
No, it was in. You heard it playing.
What'd you do?
You just won't hear it
Oh,
in the podcast. I'm just gonna.
no. Look at here.
Oh, it was in the master. Oh, see, that's what we have backups.
Yeah.
Thank you. That one's gonna get played through.
You're welcome.
Oakley Dokley.
All right. But yeah, you know, how's everybody doing?
Surviving.
Oh, just like the Survivor Series. That's another
Yeah.
wrestling,
Series.
another wrestling reference.
Decontaminated and trying to stay that way.
Yeah,
Ladders, tables, and chairs.
COVID.
Tables,
Well, all the
ladders, and chairs.
all
It's
the tables.
TLC.
Yep, all the tables, ladders, and chairs have
Tables,
been.
ladders, and chairs. I was all out of order.
Cage matches.
Yeah,
Cause it's TLC.
yeah. Oh man, thank you. Oh,
I know some things.
Oh dear God.
But anyway,
Whatever.
you know,
Hater.
as of recent events, you know, the whole COVID situation, I noticed something on Facebook which made me want to talk about this.
Okay.
SmackDown If everybody remembers SmackDown, y'all remember SmackDown back in the day. UPN 20 SmackDown.
TVN 20.
Now known as Fox 5, which is really weird. It's Fox 5 SmackDown now. But
that is weird.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. But they did a show with no audience amidst this whole COVID-19 situation. And like instead of like just canceling everything, they just did a show with like no one in the arena, and they did it in Florida, their little training camp or whatever it is.
Yeah, I heard of that. Heard about that.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing I ever saw in my life. So you already know, Austin 316 Day was this past.
Oh, true.
Yeah, 316 just passed us. So they did a Raw, and it was just happened on Monday. So they did Raw on Monday again with nobody in the audience. So I actually sat down and watched it. Trash.
Trash. They were performing for nobody.
Yeah. Vince McMahon, I'm going to tell you this right now. Stop it. Just stop it right now. Do not do shows with nobody in the audience. The whole thing about wrestling is they need that audience reaction.
Play to the audience.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they play to the audience. And to watch them move around and play to nothing,
It was weird.
it was strange watching Raw. I also went back and watched that SmackDown episode. There's these two girls that are the tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors, right?
Okay. Aren't
And
those the girls that came from Japanese wrestling?
Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's them. I guess I don't know their gimmick because I stay away from wrestling nowadays. Usually, I just watch all the updates on, YouTube, Facebook, and all that other junk. I got sucked into a rabbit hole through Facebook, and then I just jumped right back in ever since then.
Yeah, you did that shit to yourself.
I did. I should have never watched. I watched one video, a
And it
classic
just
video of The
went.
Rock and Stone Cold, and then Facebook just started feeding me videos to the point where I can't see anything else on Facebook Watch but wrestling. I have to type it in to get something else.
Yes.
That's how crazy it's gone.
I'm trying to send you this article. It was an article. There were a few articles about this whole situation, and some of them are like calling it avant-garde theater, and then some people are calling it the weirdest shit ever.
It's a mix because see, like, if they were
Avant-garde theater. That's
yeah,
awesome.
here's the thing: if they knew how to act, it would probably work. But the fact that they kind of tried to play into the point of, oh, there's nobody there, so like you can still see all the seats. Like they're not in an arena, obviously. They're not going to rent out a whole arena just to do that. So they did it in their little Florida training center or whatever.
Yeah.
But they still set up all the seats. And nowadays they light the seats to whatever show you're watching. So if you're watching Raw, all the seats are lit red. If you're watching SmackDown, all the seats are lit blue.
Yeah.
And so they kind of make it obvious, like you can see that there's nobody here. And they even played around with it a little bit. It was kind of funny. Triple H actually has a good humorous side. It's kind of weird to see him be, well, he was humorous in DX, the original DX, the first one with him and Shawn Michaels, but it was kind of weird seeing old Triple H kind of goofy.
He's normally a dick.
Yeah. And he was acting like kind of cool. Like I was like, dude, I don't mind hanging out with this dude. But it was kind of weird because he was like, he kind of played into the we got COVID situation. Like he was like, hey, I guess I'm gonna just sit out here and help out with announcing since can't nobody come in here. Like he kept saying that shit on the camera, and he was just sitting there. He pretty much runs parts of WWE now since he's married to the boss's daughter. So he was helping out announcing, and then he even played it to the fact that we only have like 3 people running cameras, and this dude picked up a camera, and they were like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's like, "We ain't got no cameraman, yo. We need some help." He was running around filming everybody like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" He's like, "Dude, we trying to run a show here." He was acting like a goofball, but that worked because he knows he knows how to say, all right, we're going to take this and make it into something.
Right.
But the wrestlers themselves, it was kind of weird. Like the Kabuki Warriors, they're kind of like, they jump around and do all this weird stuff, but it's like kind of, you could tell it's to play to the audience.
Yeah.
And so one of these Kabuki girls, I don't know which one is which, they attacked another one. They screwed each other over or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So they screwed over this other girl in the ring. And so the other girl is like just dancing outside the ring. I fucked somebody over, but I'm like, nobody sees you.
Straight silent.
Yeah, nobody sees you. Like, what are you doing?
And I remember
I
one of the
understand
girls
you going to the girls and going, but going for like no fucking reason. Like, it was weird.
I remember one of the girls was getting stomped and then you can see from behind her, the camera's pointing at her back or whatever. You can see the seats. It's like so empty. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't even look entertaining. It just looks like you just stomping somebody for no reason.
Yeah, it just looks like we're watching some sick human being who enjoys watching other people get beat up. That's what it looks like. Oh, I'm gonna watch these people get beat up in this hallway where no one's looking.
Yeah,
and I'm just gonna be silent and record them. That's what it looked like.
Did any of the wrestlers come running from the crowd?
Yes.
That is funny.
Bray Wyatt. He's this guy. He's a new guy.
Yeah.
Let me just. And they're the only people I actually like. There's this people called the Wyatt family. They reminded me of like an Undertaker-ish vibe, but a group. And they are the few people that actually have like a personality. They're not a group anymore or whatever, but the leader of their group, Bray Wyatt, he's this new guy that everybody likes called the Fiend or whatever. Oh. Yeah, he wears the mask, but he has a split personality. So he doesn't always wear the mask. There's this happy, like he has like this family-friendly kids TV show.
Like Ned Flanders?
Yeah, like Ned Flanders, but think of him as more of a Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
So he has a Mr. Rogers personality where he wears this sweater, he has his braids tied up or whatever, and he's just like, hey, everybody, blah, 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 you know, and he puts on a kid's show in the WWE, like, it's weird. So he puts on a kid's show, but then he has this psychopath thing in the back of his head, and he just, like, kind of goes off on the show. He goes like, yeah, and, you know, you don't want him to come out. And everybody, you know, everything just gets crazy. I'm like, okay, like, y'all doing too much. Like, it doesn't need to do all that. Like, you could have just made him like a normal person who just has like a tick or something and he goes off. But they gave him a whole TV show with puppets that, you know. Yeah, and they're like sick puppets. Like one of them was like chopped up and the other one. So, you know, like he is sick in the head.
So he's like Mankind.
Yeah, pretty much. And so he turns into the Fiend. But he had a challenger, John Cena. John Cena was on.
I was just about to bring him up too. Yeah. I had him on my list. I used to not be a fan of him at first because I felt like he was riding that whole I'm an Olympic champion thing.
Who? John Cena? No, that's
Kurt Angle.
Taking it back, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was annoying. But John Cena, I liked. Yeah.
But
and he's one of the few out of the bunch who's like branched out and had a somewhat decent acting career. Not as big as The Rock.
Not as big as The Rock, but somewhat.
Oh yeah, nobody can be The Rock. He's like the Michael Jordan of fucking professional wrestling.
We'll get back to The Rock because I got a lot.
Yeah, we all have a lot to say about The Rock.
He has done some things where I feel kind of bad for some of these people, but anyway, so The Fiend, and so where was I? So yeah, The Fiend has some issue with John Cena. They're just making some bullshit up right now. So John Cena comes out and he's giving this dialogue about how The Fiend is overrated. Everybody likes The Fiend, but I'm going to prove to y'all how overrated he is. And he's like talking into the camera, but you can't get anything from it. He's giving, like, you could tell he has some acting skills because he's trying his best to work with what he got. Ain't nothing there because, ain't nobody in the crowd.
Right.
But he's doing all right. But then this The Fiend guy comes out in his little sweater uniform. You know how he was trying to say about coming out of the crowd? He comes through the empty crowd, like sitting on the side, and he gives his dialogue from there. I'm like, no, don't do that. Like now I can see everything, and it's kind of weird because y'all just having an exchange between two people. The camera's supposed to be like you looking in. The camera's not supposed to be a part of the show or anything. So if you're looking in, right, and the camera's just your window. You looking at two people talking to each other, one from a wrestling ring, one from an empty crowd, for no reason, when if they wanted to fight, they can just fight each other right then and there. This makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
Like, it just is like, ugh. Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? But yeah, that was a mess. Thank you, COVID-19, for fucking up wrestling.
Oh, my God.
Well, showing how bad wrestling is now.
Yeah, without the audience.
Among everything else.
Yeah.
Do you guys...
Most sporting events.
Do you guys, who was your guys' favorite, like, wrestlers back in the day when it was, instead of it being WWE, it used to be called WWF?
Yeah, WWF, Attitude Era.
So, like, who do you guys remember watching, and, like, who would you guys say is your, like, favorite?
China was my favorite.
Oh, yeah, China.
Back in the day, R.I.P. China. But it was definitely, like, China, Stone Cold, and The Rock Which I feel like that list has aged fairly well because
They
Stone
did good.
Cold is actually a really stand-up dude.
He's cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you say that, but every time I look at him, I feel like he says the word nigga.
No,
I know.
no,
I
total
feel the same
opposite.
way.
I used to feel
think
like
the
that.
same way, yeah.
but
But,
he
he's
don't- yeah.
total opposite. He will punch a Nazi like really
he
fast.
don't.
Like
he's
checked
cool
them.
as shit.
I know, but I
Yeah.
just feel like that word just rolls off the tongue really nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
It looks
he
like
definitely looks like the type of dude who grew up around people who
Yeah,
said it.
who did it a
and
lot.
He probably
He probably
may
did.
have said it at one point in his life, but at least as far as his adult life is concerned and his pro
It's
wrestling
very
career,
strange.
Okay.
he's been like, we ain't about
Like
that
outside
here.
of his wrestling persona, like when he does interviews and you talk to him, you're like, this isn't Stone. He's
a totally different person.
He's like really like somber.
He's
He's
the
like Lil
coolest
Jon.
motherfucker. Like I would
like
want him
Lil
to just sit
Jon
down
is
and
a
just
totally different person
and just
outside of his hip hop persona.
perfect.
Like,
He is like
that's
Little
how
John.
he
You're not going
is.
from what to hello.
Right,
Oh my God.
like shit.
That's
Dave
Stone
Chappelle
Cold.
sketch.
He's totally different.
Yeah, Stone Cold, I like him a lot.
All right. So
And then, of course, The Rock. But I feel like the three of them in particular really honed in on that whole, this is my signature personality type thing.
Well, a lot of
Well-
people back then really thought about their character and came up with
Yes.
signature personality. Nowadays, my God, it's just a blend
Yeah.
of people
Yeah, and then
with
I like
bad names.
Yeah, and then I liked Undertaker and Kane too. They both, and they were like, you were like scared
Brothers
as
of
shit of them,
Destruction.
but you
Yeah.
also thought they were cool.
Yeah, they did a good job.
so what about you?
I have too many favorites.
I
Let's
know.
see. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H.
Can you go further back?
How far the back? Do you know how old Triple H is?
Let-
when he was Hunter
let
Hearst
me-
Helmsley,
Let me,
coming out in a avant-garde suit,
yeah.
and he hated that
Him
gimmick
and
so much.
Jericho had
Yeah.
the best theme
And it was
songs.
him that brought China on, because he thought she was cool. He thought it would be perfect
Weren't
to have
they
her.
dating for a minute?
Yeah, they were
Yeah, yeah.
dating for a long minute.
That's
until
weird.
They kind of like, well, they seemed like they would be a good match for each other until.
Yeah.
The kids come out strong.
Fuck
Shut
yeah,
up.
get some strong ass kids. What's wrong with
Shut
that?
up.
They can
You're
beat some
so
Strong ass jaws, dog.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They can beat some
so
other kids' ass. So you don't gotta worry about them talking about, oh yeah, I was bullied yesterday. Well, did you power drive him? Yeah. Perfect. Great.
6-year-olds benching.
Yeah. Dude, I seen a strong ass 6-year-old, bro. With like
fuck.
muscles.
Yeah.
I was
Remember
scared.
that kid?
Yeah.
He don't look like that now.
You don't?
No.
He lost all of it?
Yeah.
Fuck. It was on the internet.
Who
Some
kid?
strong ass kid. Some strong ass kid.
Oh, the little blonde kid.
Nah, it was
No,
a
no.
black kid.
Oh,
This one I saw-
it's a,
Oh, you saw a blonde one?
yeah.
I saw a black one. Strong
Yeah,
as
it's a little
shit.
blonde dude. He looked like a little
I
Fabio
was scared.
looking. He looked like baby Fabio. He did.
So, what is it that you liked about Triple H? I want to understand.
Attitude
that.
Era Triple H. Okay, so not Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah, no.
I liked the game Triple H.
Now-
the reason why I liked the game
Yes.
Triple H, because literally, secretly, I think he knew what he was doing. Like when he gave himself that persona, the game and everything. There was a little documentary on him talking about how he said that he really wanted to be a bad guy, really, pretty much, right?
A heel.
Yeah, a heel. He wanted to be a heel. So, and the reason why he said, you know what, I'm going to try to be the best heel. He's going to do more heel work than he will do what they call babyface work. He says he's going to do more of that work than the other one because babyface is kind of easy. You be this nice guy, but a villain, to be a good villain, you got to be convincing. You have to prove that you're a thorn in someone's back. And
Right.
think about it. You can only get so many good guys, right? But as far as when wrestling is concerned, how many good guys did we have in the Attitude Era? We had, well, The Rock was a bad guy at first too. Shit, see,
Rocky Maivia.
yeah. Well, when he was Rocky Maivia, he was good, quote unquote.
Yeah.
When he first came out,
But he was weak.
Yeah, he was trash, and everybody hated him. Shit, Hulk Hogan, you had as a good guy.
And then he became a heel.
Yeah, but back then you didn't have that many good guys. But if you wanted to stand out, be a good villain. And then guess what? Everybody's gonna want to work with you, basically as a wrestler. Oh yeah, we need a villain. Oh, I know you. So he was smart in that aspect. He said, I'm gonna be the bad guy. I'm gonna be the attitude guy. And then he came with the persona, I am the game. And when you listen to his theme music and all that other crap, it's like he's smart. He plays the bad guy. He was dirty for cheating on China and getting with Stephanie McMahon, but he played that game too to make sure I'm in good graces with the boss. He's
brown nosing.
Yeah, he brown nosed the fuck out of everything. He was smart enough to be a bad guy. Smart enough. There we go. Yeah.
You know what I thought you were gonna say?
At everything.
You know what I honestly thought that you were gonna say? The reason that you like Triple H is because of his finisher.
Oh, the pedigree?
Yeah.
Putting your face in between his legs?
And then he jumps up and slams your face into the mat.
That was
while you're.
I did that to somebody in
Is that his name?
middle school, huh?
Rikishi or Rashiki?
Oh, Rikishi. Yeah.
Rock's cousin.
Rikishi,
Yeah.
I was just
not
thinking
Rikishi,
about,
Rikishi. Yeah.
Oh,
Same thing. Same difference. Rikishi.
Not the same thing.
Tomato. A tomato and a tomato are the same thing.
No.
They're not?
That's like saying a Rastafarian or a Ristafarian.
Right. It's
Nah,
not
that's
a
different.
name
Yeah,
of a
see?
person. That's like if I was to call you Alex instead of Alex.
Say it slower.
What?
I'd probably like it.
Shut up.
Alex.
All right, what else you got? Who
Or
else is on your list?
Samuel.
Let me see. Okay, who did I say? Triple H? I said somebody else. Who did I say? The Rock? Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold, yeah.
Because, he likes to get drunk. I like to get drunk.
Oh my God.
He
definitely
and he don't give a fuck.
personifies
And he
that.
loves flipping people off.
He
Oh,
does.
I love doing
Drinking beer, flipping people off.
Yeah, drinking beer, flipping people off. Who else was on my favorites? Well, the Kane and Undertaker when they were the Brothers of Destruction during the, what would they call that era? Ruthless aggression era.
Whack.
Yeah, no, that was actually a good era.
Wait, was that
Vince
also
McMahon
the,
had made a speech.
was that the Bush? That wasn't the Bushwhack.
No,
Bushwhackers
that's way
predates
before.
that.
That's
yeah.
Golden Age.
Yeah.
Bushwhackers? God damn. No. That was Attitude too. They were in Attitude era as well. They
were probably towards the
Yeah.
beginning of it,
the
and
Attitude,
then
yeah.
faded off.
Yeah, and they were gone. Shit. I think that's about. I can't think of anybody else who I really liked.
And I was just sitting here thinking, like, I wanted to see if there were any other female wrestlers, but
That were
China.
yeah, it's like China.
China was the best.
China was the best, and then
Trish Stratus and all that.
Stratus.
They were
Yeah,
garbage.
Trish.
My favorite was Lita.
Lita was
Yeah,
good.
okay,
Yeah.
Lita.
You know why? Lita was she was bombed and she was actually a good wrestler.
Yeah,
If
she was a high
Lita and
flyer.
China were able to like wrestle, I wish they were able to like wrestle with
Tag
each other a
team.
lot. Yeah, or at least wrestle against each other a lot because there weren't that many good women wrestlers.
Right.
Sadly, in that era.
Yeah.
Nowadays, actually,
Yeah,
the
now it's
women-
a lot more.
I watched some of the Raw stuff recently. The women are outperforming the dudes. Their dudes are trash. They're trash.
Believable.
And have really bad gimmicks. So there's this black guy who they were trying to push a little bit. Guess what name he came up for himself?
Oh, something racist.
No, came up with something stupid like an 8-year-old come up with. Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Get out.
It has. I don't get it. It has nothing to do with anything.
Does he like bounce off the ropes a lot?
Maybe
Is that like part of his finisher?
But all wrestlers bounce off the ropes a lot. Rey Mysterio bounces.
yeah.
You literally his gimmick
That's his
is the
move.
ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, slide between your legs, bounce off the ropes,
Yeah, Hurricane
jump over your
Rana.
head,
Rey
bounce off the
Mysterio.
ropes.
Yeah. He jumps off the cages now. There's this thing called the elimination chamber. This nigga climbed up. This nigga climbed all the way up to the top of the elimination chamber and jumped off.
Isn't Rey Mysterio like 47 now?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I guess
he
he
was
don't give
one
a
of
damn
the
about his
first
body.
wrestlers
He's
who
old
got
as
me
hell
hip
now,
to like
ain't he?
the whole lucha libre.
Yeah, he brought Lucha Libre mainly really into wrestling.
Yeah.
Into our wrestling.
Hey, don't forget S.A.
Started
Rios.
in he's
True.
well, yeah. S.A. Rios. I'm sorry, the name.
Yeah.
S.A. Rios.
He's the one who brought. He's the one who brought Lita into the
S.A.?
game.
I know. Yeah. I remember. I
See?
watched that video yesterday
Yes.
of when she first came in.
Y'all remember Ken Shamrock?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock was actually an MMA
How
fighter.
could
Yeah.
we forget?
He could
Really?
beat your ass. Yeah.
And then he went back to MMA, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
He-
I vaguely remember
He
that.
will
Vaguely.
fuck you up.
Yeah.
And he even mentioned it on one of the episodes of Raw, old episode. I just happened to run into that video, and he was like, "Yeah, because I think he was part of the corporation when they had the whole little corporation group, and he had I forgot what belt he had, either the Intercontinental belt or something like that.
Probably.
And he was like, "Yo, I'm the only one who's in the MMA. I can come down there right now and fuck you." I was like, "God damn!" Like, but people backstage were really afraid of his ass. Like,
Yeah.
he will fuck you up for real.
What was the name of his finisher?
I don't remember. The Shamrock.
The Shamrock. Yeah.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
But
was.
wasn't it just
me
a
Google
figure?
it.
He put you in like a figure four. Or
Oh, a
something?
figure four. Is there a figure eight? No, there isn't. Figure four. Probably. What was Ken Shamrock's finisher?
They might have been scared of Ken Shamrock, but they were more scared of Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit was a beast. Shit.
Choose your words carefully.
Too much of a beast. How about that? Too much of a beast.
Yes.
Like his music is still on the WWE Anthology mix, but they take his name off of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just call it because a lot of them have. I know they got that.
The Wolverine. What do they just call him? The Canadian Crippler.
No, the Crippler Crossface. What was the shit that the NFL players get? CTE. So a lot of wrestlers get CTE.
Yeah.
He definitely must have had CTE. This man killed his wife.
The whole family.
Daughter.
Damn, I remember that. Was it like a murder-suicide?
And himself.
Yeah.
And killed himself. So once they found that out, they basically like erased his name from everything. But some of his music is still on the Anthology mix. So they, instead of putting his name there, they just put the name of his song and just leave it like that.
Hold on, didn't somebody
else did it too?
Because of roid rage, right? One of them.
I don't know about roid rage, but I know somebody else did it. Chris Benoit.
I don't know who the other one was.
I forgot. Shit. I'm so mad I forgot about that. But yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, your favorite wrestlers.
So if we're gonna go WWF era,
You could go WWF, WCW,
They all the same.
ECW. They're all owned by Vince McMahon right now. So except for AEW, that's the only independent.
so there's two from old school. I don't know what a golden age or whatever. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Of course.
He's the man.
You made a lot of promises to the Macho Man, didn't you?
Oh my God.
Promises that you didn't keep.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I love it. He had the best
He did.
backstage interviews because he was coked out of his mind. Well, I don't even think he knew who he was fighting most of the time.
The Nature Boy was coked out of his mind
He
too.
was just trash talking
That's how a
whoever
lot
it
of them
was.
wrestlers were in that era.
Oh yeah, because they were making some good money. So they were like, man, let me snort this fucking cup.
Yes.
So you take a beating? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Macho Man
That
is a
shit makes you
beast.
feel like you Superman.
Kurt Angle had to take a lot of painkillers.
Oh my God. Him.
You know that, right? Kurt Angle had to take a lot of painkillers because I didn't know the one you said you didn't like, who's an Olympic gold medalist.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to take a lot of painkillers. I didn't know this because he was talking about, I had a broken freaking neck and I won a gold medal.
That's right.
He was still wrestling with a broken fucking neck in the WWE.
Yeah.
Like his neck was still fucked up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was still performing. And sometimes he would like fake that he was fine, and he would
Yeah.
just like take painkillers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Until a
that's
point
like
where
a
he got
whole
like addicted to 'em.
documentary on
Yeah.
like the beating these people be taking. This shit
Yeah.
is serious.
Yeah, it's a mess.
He actually did a few matches with the neck brace on. Still,
Yeah.
he kept it on.
Yeah, that's a mess. I ain't.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. So my other person, who is basically the original Rock, the Rock pretty much got his entire personality from this dude, is Ric Flair.
Woo!
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
That was Rikishi he was talking about.
Yeah, that was Rikishi. Rakishi. Y'all in
Such an
Rakishi.
All right,
American.
I'm gonna blame it on my accent. Rikishi, nigga.
Rakishi.
What?
Roti.
Some roti for Rakishi.
Roti. Jamaicans
got?
can't make roti.
Jamaican can't make roti.
Who else you got?
All right, so now moving on to WWE, The Rock, of course. That's my favorite. He's my favorite.
He's the people's champ.
Yes, his trash talking is the best. You can take you and your $8 haircut, and I'll take it, turn that some bitch sideways, and touch it straight up your candy ass. I don't know if I did that right, but close
He
enough.
kind of like reminds me of his dad, obviously, Rocky Johnson,
Yeah,
R.I.P.
he
And
looks
he
just like
reminds
him.
me a
Yeah.
lot of like Muhammad Ali and that.
He
Yeah.
pretty much
Muhammad
was,
Ali be
yeah.
talking
Yes,
shit.
yes.
He really
Talking
was.
big
Yep.
shit right before he
But
whoop
his
your
trash
ass.
talking was so good.
No, speaking of his trash talking, he actually kind of fucked up somebody's career. That's what I want
Who?
to get into.
Oh,
So-
yeah, so.
Do y'all remember? Y'all remember the New Age D-Generation X with Triple H, X-Pac,
Yeah.
Road Dogg, Jesse
Yep.
James, Badass Billy Gunn,
Mhm.
New
Yep, yep.
Age Outlaws. So Billy Gunn, okay, was actually kind of a rising star in the WWE. Right? He had some gimmick where he was kind of like a cowboyish type of person. But
Yeah,
he kind
yeah.
of dropped it and just became like, because they were like prepping him to be kind of like the face of WWE. So the way it goes is they have, when they put you in a championship match, depending on which match it is, that means you're going somewhere. So it might be like they might make you tag team champion one time, and they figure out who the standout is there. Then they'll make you Intercontinental champion. If you get to Intercontinental champion, that means they're eventually going to try to make you WWE champion. They're trying to They're trying to boost you up there, right? So apparently he was having this feud over being Intercontinental champion or some crap like that. And so The Rock comes out. This is when The Rock turned heel and he joined the Nation of Domination or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So The Rock became a heel. That's when he started doing, well, The Rock says, and The Rock is wearing a $500 shirt. That's where all that shit came from. That came from him being a bad guy. Yeah. And his $500 boot, turn that some bitch sideways, all that bullshit.
Stick it straight up your candy ass,
You know.
You Rudy Poo candy ass.
You know, we said we'll go down Jabroni Boulevard, take a left on Jabroni or Rudy Poo, and take you to the SmackDown Hotel. That's where that came from.
Poo-tang pie.
Yeah. Stop doing the fatty.
Your thong wearing fatty.
Yeah, that's from the heel era, right?
Yeah.
So he was doing one of his promos. The thing is, he didn't expect the crowd started liking it because they got used to. That's another thing too. When you do things over and over, the crowd starts enjoying it. Even though you're the bad guy, they start liking it. So he didn't expect that to happen.
And they can go
so every time he said,
you.
well, The Rock says, and you know, we're gonna go down Jabroni Boulevard, the crowd would say it with him, and then sometimes he try to stop the crowd. He'd be like, The Rock didn't say you can sing along with The Rock. This isn't sing along.
And they liked it even more.
And they would just make them do it every week.
Yeah.
So Billy Gunn Gun's supposed to be a good guy.
He was whack, though.
I guess he was good when he was on that push or whatever.
His look was whack, though.
That's where he got the whack. I'm about to tell you. This is how he got whack.
Okay.
So he was supposed to be pushed because The Rock was the Intercontinental Champion at the time. I think he was the Intercontinental Champion. Or he's won it before. Him and Triple H used to go back and forth for the Intercontinental Championship.
Right.
So Billy Gunn comes out, interrupts The Rock doing his little speech or whatever, and The Rock just looks at him. You know, he had his shades on and everything. He just looks at him. He's like, who in the Rudy Poo are you? And then everybody's like, well, you should know who Billy Gunn is. So Billy Gunn's like, what do you mean, who am I? I am... It doesn't matter what your name is. And it doesn't matter what your name is came from. And the whole crowd went wild after that. After that, Billy Gunn's career just started crushing. Oh, no, he did it to Chris Jericho as well. When Chris Jericho first came out. Told him, who the fuck are you? Even though Chris Jericho was tight. I ain't gonna lie.
But
the walls of Jericho.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he was deliberately trying to end his career.
No, he wasn't. You know, obviously, they're supposed to act like I don't like you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it fucked.
Hey, man, something goes viral.
Yeah, The Rock's charisma. You can't challenge
and
The Rock's
Rock had a lot of people surrounding him. So, like, Triple H.
I mean, because of his dad.
Yeah, well, not even that. I'm talking about just The Rock himself. After he became a bad guy, and, like Triple H said, being a heel is actually the smart thing to do. Because when you had The Rock, you had y'all remember D'Lo Brown?
Yeah.
D'Lo Brown was in the Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
D'Lo Brown. Remember Farouk?
Yep.
From APA?
Yep.
Nation of Domination.
Yep.
Triple H. He joined the corporation with The Rock. Who else? You had the Big Boss Man join the corporation.
Yeah.
The Big Show corporation.
That's right.
All these people, and because The Rock was doing all the promo and everything, it started. All those people I named just started rising up with it.
Yep.
As he went up, they all started shooting up with him.
Yeah.
But when they started going off and started becoming good guys, that's where you start flaking off.
Yeah.
Because we don't need everybody. If there's like too many baby faces, who's there to fight against?
And then The Rock ended up becoming a good guy anyway, and he stayed a good guy for a long time, and then became a heel for a short period. Again,
they called him They nicknamed him Hollywood Rock that era when he was a heel, because that's when he was boosting up with movies and all that other crap. That was a horrible.
Yeah, that was
comeback.
not. Yeah, and they realized that it was.
And his music was shit when they brought him back. It was nasty.
That's terrible.
Do not look for it. Do not play it.
I'm looking for it.
I will throw up. I will throw up.
Sam gonna look for it.
Very nasty music.
That wasn't the one where The Rock says
no. His voice isn't even barely on it.
Okay.
Like his Titantron shows like the city or some shit. Yeah, I know. It has nothing to do with The Rock, and then I don't even want that. Fuck that shit.
Whose theme song is it? Because bam, 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 bam.
John Cena.
Oh, that's John Cena. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. When John Cena first came out, I was like, this nigga ain't gonna last.
He's got the best one.
I don't like John Cena.
Nah, I like the what's that? The Japanese
sorry,
guy.
CC.
Oh,
I just think he got the best theme.
Takamaru, whatever his name, Hashimaru.
That joint,
I don't know that
intro
nigga
is
name.
Nice.
Yeah, his intro was nice.
Particularly attached to him.
Nice. With the violins and everything.
Especially when he did it at WrestleMania.
Shit.
His WrestleMania interest was tight. Some new guy, Takamaru, whatever his name
Play
is,
that shit.
Japanese guy. I don't know where I'm gonna find that, but it is what it is.
Y'all remember some of the perfect tag teams out there?
I was just thinking about that.
The Hardy Boys.
Yes,
Hardy Boys.
Hardy
Ooh,
Boys.
Hardy Boys.
The
Edge and
Dudley
Christian.
Boys.
The Dudley Boys. Oh,
Damn, I forgot about
Yeah.
the Dudley Boys.
What was the name? Devo? Get the table.
Tables. But everybody loves it, and that's the thing. That's another thing. You don't gotta be necessarily a bad guy. Just don't be a good guy. Like the Dudley Boys
Yes,
were
you're right.
neither here nor there.
Yeah, they
but
were,
everybody loved it when he said, Davon, get the table. They didn't care what side they were on, but everybody would chant that behind them.
Yep.
They wanted to see them damn tables.
Yeah.
That's all they cared about. That's where all the TLC matches came from.
Right.
Hardys, Edge and Christian,
Yep.
and the Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys,
They
yep.
created a whole thing. You know, now that's actually a show. I don't know why they do
What,
that. now.
tables, ladders, and chairs? Yeah.
It's its own show.
Yeah.
But I'm like, everybody's using
Been
table
for
ladders.
years.
Yeah. I didn't even know this.
It's been
Yeah.
like that for years, yeah.
But the thing is, I don't like that because I'm like, wrestlers are always going to use tables, ladders, and
Yeah,
chairs, no
like-
matter what. Like, they're going to cheat. But now they just made it legal throughout the whole show just to
Right.
use tables,
It's
ladders, and
throughout-
chairs.
It's just much more in excess.
That's Vince McMahon not thinking very straight because I'm like, now you took away the tension.
Yeah, of when
bringing
somebody
it. Like,
pulls it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because now it's like, all
That's
right.
what she said.
I know, right?
Oh, that's the wrong one.
They both apply.
All of them
All of
apply.
it.
All of those apply.
Oh my god.
But yeah, doing that,
Yeah, you're right.
Vince McMahon wasn't thinking because I'm like, we like to see the bad guy go like, oh, I'm about to do something illegal and get away with it
Right.
and use it. But now when you say the whole show, you got your good guy, your baby faces, and your heels just saying, let's just smack each other up. You know, it's just like
It's like
all
when
right.
teenagers said they weren't going to smoke weed if it was legal. you
Exactly.
know?
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
Takes away
legal, you
thrill.
took away the thrill behind it.
Yeah.
Even though legalize it, 2020, legalize it.
2020.
All right, so I pose a question to you guys. Like, what was your favorite? I guess
Nigger?
No. Oh
Wow.
my god.
I
The
didn't
hard
say it.
ER.
I didn't say it the whole show.
Oh,
I haven't
my
said it.
God.
Oh my god.
I haven't said it the whole show.
Have to have one.
I have to get one in.
I hit you with your own wow.
Corey.
God, Joe.
I don't even know which button hit.
Perfect.
That was a perfect.
Y'all
perfect use.
favorite, I guess, favorite match, whether it be like regular or WrestleMania or
Easy.
Showdown, SmackDown.
Hell in a Cell, Mankind.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my favorite match.
I'll never forget
Yeah,
how
he fought-
bloodied and like
That was
just
epic.
how destroyed he
God,
was.
that was
What?
No,
epic.
him just falling off that fucker.
Scared the hell out of everybody.
It's 20 feet tall. You know, I watched a documentary on that recently. I've been watching too much wrestling shit. So Vince McMahon didn't know
that was gonna happen.
No. And
you know he was shook.
And he loves McFoley. McFoley is one of his
Yeah.
favorite people, right? And he went backstage. He was like, "Yo, that was incredible." And he said, "Don't you ever do that bullshit again." He told him straight up, "Never do that again." Because you know,
Yes.
like, not only am I cool with you, you know, we're cool, but I also invested in you. You know, I want you to live. I don't want you to have
Right.
broken bone. He lost a tooth during that match. Then
Yeah.
a previous
tooth?
yeah,
Just one tooth.
it was probably 2 or 3, but still, the one you could see that was missing was right here in front of his jaw.
Yeah.
And then in a previous match, he used to try to do stunts in between the ropes, and he got his head caught in between the rope. But the way he was trying to get it off, he was choking himself.
Yes.
And so he had to try to struggle out, and he clipped off a piece of his ear in between the ropes. So that's how he lost a
What?
piece of his ear.
He's a wild dude.
He's a wild dude. He used to do a lot of crazy shit.
Was that the same match where he got body slammed on the
tacks?
pile of tacks?
Nah, that was during the Hell in a Cell. That was
Okay.
during both Hell in a Cells.
Wasn't there one he fell on the barbed wire or something?
He did that
craziness?
too. That back in those days is when he clipped his ear off.
Yeah.
when he fell on some barbed wire. But that was pre WWE, WWF.
Yeah.
It was pre that. He was in some other promotion. I don't think it was ECW either. Was he ECW? I'm not sure. But yeah, he's done a lot of wild shit just to entertain people.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle did something similar too, and and Vince McMahon told him never do that motherfucking shit again. This nigga crawled up. Oh, there we go. Now the niggas are coming out. This motherfucker. I guess I had to let it naturally. I can't force it. I let it naturally. Gotta let it naturally come out. So this motherfucker climbs up. This was just a regular cage match, right? And Kurt Angle was thinking, I gotta, spice this up a little bit. We gotta make this pretty good, you know. Because, everybody's seen cage matches by this time. It's like 2002, 2003. I don't give a fuck. So he climbs all the way up to the top of the cage and does a Hurricane Rana off the top of the moonsault off the top of the cage. Now, imagine how high that is. If Hell in a Cell is 20 feet, that was only probably like 15, but you have to jump and get verticality. And he did it perfectly. Backflip off the top. I'm like, no. I would have told him to never do that shit again. I forgot who he was fighting. Chris Benoit. They were in a cage match.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, you know what? I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, and he moonsaults off the top and misses.
Yes.
So yeah, Chris Benoit was supposed to move out of the way, and so he misses, and they slowed it down to show you how he lands. He puts his arm in the way to brace, which is I don't think that was a good idea.
Oh, that's why he was.
He went like this and went boom and kind of bounced. He didn't break it or anything, but it just looked nasty. It looked nasty. And he said, like, when you're up there and you do that backflip, he said time just slows the hell down. And then the only thing you can think about is, did I, do my backflip right? Because if obviously you can't control yourself because you're going to either do this and go, or you're going to undercorrect and land right on your head.
Yeah.
So that's all he was thinking about. He was just like, hurry up for the mat to come. He said, when you do that, you don't think about, you think about hurry up, Matt. Let me hit the ground, please.
Yep.
Because you want that to happen as fast as possible to know that, all right, am I okay or am I not? Just plain and simple. That's all you want. So yeah, Kurt Angle's done a lot of crazy shit too, as well as Mankind and the Undertaker.
Oh, the Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah, I didn't like him when he was rolling Undertaker.
Yeah, coming out on a motorcycle.
That was
shit.
Weird. That nigga was giving dialogue and shit. I'm like, no, man, just come out here and bring out some zombies,
man. I'm not used to you talking.
My brother. And then Kane was rolling with him too. I'm like, no, Kane, you supposed to be an evil ass nigga. Yeah. Now you out here swinging a chain. He was swinging a chain for the long. I'm like, what are you doing? You Ghost Rider?
Once he started talking, it got weird.
Yeah.
He kind of like lost his allure.
Yeah.
Then it's just like, what's the difference between you and Undertaker? Cause
exactly.
And Undertaker didn't talk much either.
Yeah, until he turned to rolling.
Wow. I guess he's trying to catch up with the times.
I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do. The times
it's like
needed
you're awkward now. We don't know you to be a talker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's scary.
Who was your
supposed to be?
Who was your favorite like flashy wrestler? Because you got Shawn Michaels, you got Goldust, you got
Goldust,
right?
Moist. Can you say Moist?
Dusty Rhodes.
Nah, the person who was moist was like.
Okay, I'm gonna just do it. My favorite, the flashy one, Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Because Chris Jericho, he kind of was into it. Like he would always get his hair all nice, and he was like, like, "What are you doing?" He would like flip his hair and stuff.
Yeah.
He was always wearing those like glittery shirts.
Yeah, with it open.
Yeah, with him open. He's pretty much, trying to say he's kind of flamboyant a little bit. He's like a metrosexual, I guess. Or
he
whatever.
was basically Dio.
Pretty much. But he was cool. Like his intro music, if you listen to his intro music, it's one of the best intro music that they had back then.
Yeah, it was.
And then his little break the walls down, and he was doing a little.
Yeah.
That nigga was tight. That's my nigga.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho was tight. I want to talk to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, come on the podcast.
This isn't flashy, but who else has got a flashy person that they like?
I don't know. The only flashy person I could think of, because Rock
was flashy.
He's not
$500
he's flashy
shirts.
in terms of his
$600
attitude,
boots.
but
$300
he's not flamboyant.
He was flamboyant.
So he's flashy, but not flamboyant.
Yeah. Well, that counts.
Whereas the Hulk Hogan is flashy and flamboyant.
That counts. Yeah, because he was wearing them.
That nigga's
them
wearing
feathers.
Yellow.
Ric Flair.
Right.
Ric Flair was the king of Flash.
Yeah.
Macho Man.
The originator.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior was definitely flashy. My mother loved Ultimate Warrior.
That dude was roided to hell.
Yes, he was.
He was roided into oblivion.
Break the walls down.
When he was sitting down and calm, his veins was popping.
Oh man.
I don't know why I just thought about Andre the Giant, but he's not flashy.
Nah.
Yeah.
He's
Not
just
in the
big as
least,
fuck.
right?
Yeah. That man
He's
could
like the
drink too.
fucking-
Speaking of
Yeah, what else you gonna do when you that big?
Andre the Giant, the Big Show
That's depressing
started
to be
wearing
that big.
the same garb as
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
Who
guess to
did?
honor him, the Big Show.
yeah.
He wears the exact same little Andre the Giant garb.
Uh-huh.
I feel bad for the Big Show. His career never exploded.
I know, but he was on a couple of TV shows and stuff.
I don't
like
mean
that,
shit. I'm not talking about as far as his wrestling career too.
Oh yeah.
He was just like the middle card guy. Like he had big matches, lost them all.
Are we not?
I don't even remember him as champion. I remember he became WC. Well, I only saw that today. That he became WCW champion once, and I don't even know how long that title. I was like, okay, I don't give a fuck.
Probably like 2 months.
Big Show. Yeah, it's probably like a month or two.
So are we just not going to talk about Kevin Nash?
I don't know nothing about Kevin Nash. Gets my
He played Super Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
You,
Did he?
that was the
lying.
Super Shredder.
Yes, Kevin Nash was the Super
Hold
Shredder.
on.
Really?
Why did they use him? Why can't they just use somebody in the suit?
Because he's a big motherfucker.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, Shredder's got to be big.
Well, Super Shredder. He was roided out Shredder
Exactly.
at the end.
What was the other guy? Damn.
I'm trying to
Who?
figure out who the other dude that killed himself though. Now that got me thinking about it now.
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. Yeah.
But
Eddie
no, but
Guerrero.
he fell from high up.
he killed himself.
Well, who died falling?
Oh, you talking about what's his name? Not from Hart. Not Bret Hart. Shit. I know you're talking about. He used to come in through the rafters and he snapped during a WrestleMania and killed himself. Well,
What?
accident. That was an accident.
Yeah.
But
It was
Eddie
live, right?
yes.
What?
It was live. But Eddie Guerrero killed himself. That was the
Jesus.
CTE situation.
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart. That's the one who died. Yeah, he was part of the Hart Foundation. Kevin Hart, Owen
Yeah.
Hart, and all. And they had their home little thing.
Kevin Hart.
I said Kevin
Not that
Hart.
Kevin Hart.
So I'm like, huh?
Owen Hart and Bret Hart. Jesus Christ.
All right, so actually, I've got one more favorite wrestler that I didn't mention, which would bring me to a total of 4. I'm hoping y'all know who this is. RVD. Rob Van Dam.
Yep.
Oh, God.
ECW, baby.
5-star frog splash. That was
Yep.
my shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Eddie Guerrero used to do that, too.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
gave Eddie... Oh, no, he was doing drugs as well. That's what caused Eddie Guerrero.
They
to
were
have a
all
situation.
doing drugs.
But their brains weren't ready for that shit. Because at least he... I guess the silver lining is he didn't kill his family or anything.
Oh, my
It was just
God.
himself.
Remember Taz?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dun-dun,
Damn.
dun-dun,
Whatever
dun-dun,
happened to him?
dun-dun. He became a commentator for a long time.
Yes.
And now he has a podcast. He does his own podcast now, yeah. He has other wrestlers come in and they talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
He
random.
has
Damn,
his own
check him
podcast
out.
Cool,
Yeah.
right.
Taz is cool. People were really behind him when he first came out. I didn't know this, but all in New York love him. He's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
then
in
of
New York.
course.
Came out
He
to the show.
looked like a Brooklyn motherfucker.
Yeah, little Tasmanian. Yeah, he literally looks like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
You know, as
tiny
long
ass
as you're
nigga.
not from Staten Island, they'll claim you.
Yeah, what is up with Staten Island? They hate everybody from Staten Island. People be telling me it's
If
dirty. and all
Staten
that.
Island and then Queens get the most shade,
That's true too. Yeah, Queens
in
does
my
get shade.
experience. Which I feel like Queens is cool, but I digress.
They are.
Hold on.
Queens eyes.
Spider-Man's from Queens. Don't be hating on Queens.
That's why he own your eyes.
Peter
Stan
Parker.
Lee's from Queens.
You see all the trouble, but look though, you see all the trouble Spider-Man go through. He's from Queens.
J. Jonah Jameson's
And
like, you
see
from
how,
where?
You see how great Captain
Oh,
America
no,
had
no.
because he's from Brooklyn.
There's two types of Brooklyn.
And
There's
you
two
see,
types of
Captain
Brooklyn.
America was like, "Where you from?" He's like, "Queens." He's like, "Brooklyn." And he just
And then
ran
walked
off
away.
and left his ass there. You remember what was it?
There's
Civil
two
War.
different
Civil
types.
War.
I know, but there's
But no,
two
that
different
was
types
he's
of
from
Brooklyn,
Civil
though.
War.
At least there used to
I
be.
mean, he's from World War II Brooklyn, so it was rough. He's from World War II, so
Poor Brooklyn.
yeah, when
Right.
Brooklyn is just
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. So Captain America's from a rough Brooklyn.
Is he from the projects?
He technically, oh
You
shit,
think Captain America was a project kid?
he technically is.
Might have been.
Because
Yeah.
that Brooklyn
Yeah.
he was in,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, he grew up like Mike. Because Tyson, he from Brooklyn, right? Tyson from
Think so.
Bed-Stuy somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. He been through some shit too.
Bed-Stuy. That was Biggie's Bed-Stuy,
Yeah.
though, not the Bed-Stuy we know today.
Yeah. Shit, man.
But
Did you
yeah.
confirm Kevin Nash Super Shredder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wanted to know that. He was like,
Yeah, I wanted to
let me know.
I wanted to make sure that was co-signed.
Man was like, Toga, Razor.
Yes.
Nigga.
Oh my God.
God, yo. Every time.
Jesus Christ.
You remember that Vanilla
I don't
Ice?
remember it is.
Vanilla Ice
Yeah,
rap
it is.
for the Turtles.
Oh yeah.
Go Ninja,
No, I ain't
go
gonna
Ninja, go.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit was tight. And I knew the dance by heart. And I would watch that movie over and over again.
Did you really know the dance? I did
and
not.
I
even know
would
the
go
dance by
ninja,
heart.
go ninja, go. I can't do it now, but
Yeah.
if you let me watch it one more time, I'll probably.
It was
figure
basically the Poison dance, wasn't it?
I guess. Cultural appropriation.
Somebody leave a comment and let us know.
Turtle
Let me know who's
appropriation.
co-signing that.
I'm about to Google that.
Turtle appropriation.
Yes.
Oh,
Anyway.
Scott Hall.
Oh,
Flashy.
Razor Ramon Chico.
Yeah, he was
Scott Steiner.
Scott Stein. Oh, he
Yes.
technically counts. Nah, he was a weirdo.
Yeah, he was a
Dude, look at
weirdo.
this.
He would try to
at
challenge
this.
people. Yeah, I know who he
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Remember?
Scott Steiner would
With the
challenge
chain
people.
mail.
He would always challenge people to do push-ups and bench presses.
It was diesel as fuck.
He was basically a bro.
Yeah.
He was a college
Yeah.
dude you meet at like a college frat party
Pretty
or
much.
some
Yeah,
shit.
he would always tell people,
Oh my God, it's called Ninja Rap.
yeah, ninja rap. Yeah, that shit was tight. I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day.
Alex would call it something else though.
Yeah,
Nigga.
obviously.
Trash.
Well, now I would call it
Trash.
trash. If I well, no,
Nah, it's
maybe
not
I might
trash.
dance. I might do the dance.
You know you will.
You know Vanilla Ice, he does home remodeling now.
Yeah. My friend met him.
on HGTV.
He was in Ohio and he came into my friend's pizza shop and he got to take a picture. I was like, he just posted it in our group chat. He was like, "Hey, look everybody." I'm like, "How the fuck do you know Vanilla Ice?" I'm like, "What the hell is going on here?" I'm like, he was here remodeling homes or some shit. I'm like, "Oh, okay, shit."
Yeah.
Like, he just walked to the pizza shop.
Yeah.
Like nobody was gonna know who you are. Like, all right,
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't.
I would just
either.
thought
I'm
he
not
was
gonna lie.
old 40-year-old white dude.
another white guy. What?
It's about to be an hour.
Yo,
All right, nigga.
this video is hilarious.
But
Wrap
happened?
that shit up, B.
Have we
nigga,
touched on all of our subjects?
pretty much?
Basically.
I don't.
You know.
I mean, the subject was basically wrestling.
Yeah, I think it was entertaining.
Yeah. I think a lot of geeks watched wrestling back in the day.
Of course,
sure.
we all
Yeah,
did.
you know.
We all grew up on it. We all wanted to be China or Triple H or The Rock or whomever. We just wanted
It's
to.
true.
Scott Steiner.
You know how many backyard wrestling matches I was in?
Jesus Christ.
You know how much
It's
trouble
true.
I got in doing that shit?
My brother caused us a lot of physical pain.
See what I'm saying? We had a hell in the cell. I used to go to Paul Junior High School. All right. None of the administrators still work there. Good. So
Wow.
there's a gate around Paul, right? And then there's like a little flower garden or whatever, right? We turned that into hell in the cell. We literally went in there, locked it up with I don't know who brought that, but somebody had a piece of chain and a bike lock. And we locked ourselves inside of there and proceeded to beat the living fuck out of each other. Did we throw some punches, kind of off them a little bit? Yeah. But we were also hurting each other.
Yeah, throwing
Like,
each
you
other
had-
into the fence.
Yeah. If you have beef with somebody, that was your chance to hurt them. I took up a piece of plywood and smacked the fuck out of 3 kids that I cannot name because I don't even know who they are. But they were in the cell. So guess what happens? Smackety, smack, smack. But yeah. I was a horrible human being. Yes, I was.
Thanks,
Dark.
Alex.
It's gotten dark.
I
So if
know.
you have kids, don't let them watch wrestling.
Jesus.
Don't let them watch 90s wrestling either. Or 2000s.
But that's the best.
Yeah, that is the best.
Well, guess what they're going to be doing? Locking themselves in cages. And
Don't let them watch Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, Japanese wrestling is kind of
Yeah, they're still getting down.
All right, well, that was a great
Are you
episode of Everybody Gets
satisfied?
One.
Yeah, wrestling.
All right.
Wrestling
we
edition.
got the outro.
Everybody,
Wrestling.
make sure you follow us on, give us all the socials.
Oh, I forgot him.
God
How
damn.
you forget your own
Cause you,
social?
my own. This is Sam. You can follow me on SF Design 21 on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
This is Rio. You can follow me at Griffin_Studios on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow me on Twitter at Rio_Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
K. CC the Geek on all platforms. Well, not all of them. Facebook, Twitter, and CC the. I'm sorry. CC the Geek on Facebook and Instagram. CC the Greek Geek on Twitter. And then don't forget to stay tuned for HBCUCon. We'll keep you posted, y'all.
Hey.
Wow.
What the fuck?
I thought that was you too.
No.
Why would
like,
CC do that?
Hello.
All CC was
I
doing
always have to have that disclaimer though when he does that it's not me and it's him.
Sam, you. Hey yo. All right. I'm gonna make sure this stays in there.
Such a whore.
Yeah. Make sure you guys follow. Everybody Gets One. ONE on Facebook. 01 on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm gonna stop giving out my Twitter.
Why?
People have been looking at your likes and dislikes.
Well, I've been tweeting at some porn stars.
You,
Wow.
you've engaging.
Well, I'm trying to get them on the podcast.
Okay,
I tried. I'm like dead ass serious. She blocked me.
that's fine.
Who blocked you?
She blocked me.
Who blocked you?
Are we gonna put her name out there?
Might as well.
I don't know if we want to do that because
blocked
then
you?
she'll never come. Especially if we get big, because she's actually quite the nerd. Well, it's not who you think it is.
Who you think out there?
It's not
Megan
April
Thee
O'Neil.
Stallion.
It's shit. I don't say it. It's Violet Myers.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I DM'd her. Was like, "Yo, got this podcast. You know, you're a great nerd." And look at Rio he want to Google that shit right now.
Try.
Why
Was it
didn't you
Abella
ask
Danger?
me to ask her?
Try Bella
Because
Danger.
I wanted to try.
You want me to holler at Riley Reid?
Don't you think it would have been a little less creepy if a woman
No,
were
but
to go on her
I didn't say
DMs?
anything crazy. If you look at what I said I was extremely professional. It was like you would think it was a robot
you were,
saying
but
it.
you know how
And
many
I
times.
tagged us in it.
But that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
not us, but the podcast.
That's
I
why.
tagged us.
That's why she thought it was a robot, so she blocked the robot.
Well,
That's
that
true.
and
I
you
am
know how
very
many
robotic.
people probably hit her up like, "Hey, come be on my show" or whatever.
Probably. But I told her she could call in. Like, nigga, I don't need you to physically come here. That's kind of
I know,
weird.
but if you have an established payment, they're not gonna look at you.
That's true, too. We got to pay him.
Yeah.
I'm not paying her.
This is so yeah.
Ain't worth it.
That
Okay.
too. That's another thing.
But yeah, I'm
On that note,
on
Right.
that note,
On
you know,
that
well,
note.
y'all know I'm Metro Tom on
We promised-
fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
Alex
Is there
Thomas
an
photos.
underscore in there?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, shit.
Metro
Metro
underscore
underscore
Tom.
time. I don't know my own
I
shit.
remind you that every episode.
Pretty
No
much.
bull.
but Twitter.
He's terrible at promoting
Your other
himself.
Twitter is Metro__.
That's my Twitter.
Underscore
That's the
Tom.
one I was messaging.
Underscore.
The porn star at.
Metro
Wow.
double score.
But yeah.
Tom.
All right, everybody.
Wow.
You know, we're gonna get the hell out of here, and you all have fun and stay safe from all the COVIDs and the COVID-19s and the COVID-20s.
COVID-18.
Yep. Don't forget the 18s. And now Sam is coughing, so we have to practice social distancing now.
18.
So
Wow.
you guys have fun and nigga.
Y'all gonna die with me.
Jesus Christmas.
Vibration.